Gotta study. Gotta learn all that learning. And I didn't get tired. Yeah! We are rocking that progress. Progress. Sup? I sure have. Man, Junpei. Junpei's feeling down about something. I think that goes back to kind of what I mentioned before. But Junpei's got some character development of his own over the course of this game. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember that war. Satan! Imperial Prince, I'm pretty sure, is the correct answer. Yes. Oh, okay, there's a name I actually remember. And you're gonna be done talking about it in like a week. And then you're not gonna care anymore. I'm gonna go back and talk about the stuff you've already taught us. It's not how teaching works. Was his head ringing? Oh man. Learning things. This actually means we may get some proper advanced knowledge. Now it is the 11th. And today, we are going back out. We are going to the shrine. Now, I'm not sure how easy it is for me to get a Hangman Arcana persona. I may not be able to get one soon, though. Sure do. We're gonna do whatevs. Whee! Oh man, wild duck burger. Sure thing. For the very first option here, you did have to say, sure, let's go. There are 2 more options coming, and it does not matter what you answer for those 2. Who spends hours at a fast food place? Oh, well, that's helpful. Oh, don't you worry, Maiko. That's not it at all. You cry when you gotta cry. That is an emotional outlet. You can't just keep that crap bottled up. Oh, I was supposed to press buttons, my bad. I was staring off into space. And by space, I mean figuring out what exactly it is that I'm supposed to do tonight. It's nice that they have playground equipment at that shrine. Like, that kid is as much a part of the family as anybody else. Even if you're gonna dumb it down,
on the night of the 7th.
Give them a reason. Don't just say, yeah, you're not gonna see one of us ever again, and we're not gonna tell you why.
It was a difficult operation.
I see. They're getting tougher. But it's not all bad news. I called today's meeting because...
I'm sorry.
I can't take any more of this BS. I'm leaving.
Before we go on, I'd like to ask Mitsuru-senpai something.
Me?
Since I've joined, so many things have happened. I went along with it without really understanding what was going on. But now, I need to know. I'm gonna ask you straight out. You've been hiding something from us, haven't you, Senpai? You act like you don't know anything about the Dark Hour in Tartarus. But they're related to that accident 10 years ago, aren't they?
What accident?
There was an explosion near our school, and a lot of people died. It must have been big news back then. You know about it, don't you?
Yes.
Luckily, no students were injured. But around the same time, a large number of students were recorded as absent. Seems like more than just a coincidence.
What do you mean?
I dug up some old school records and found something interesting. The students who were absent, they all collapsed suddenly and had to be hospitalized. Sound familiar? You know, like the girls who bullied Fuka. There has to be an explanation. What really happened on the day of that accident? The Kirijo group built our school, so you must know something.
I'm gonna be honest. She's got a really good point pointing this crap out and actually trying to squeeze some information out of Mitsuru. I don't know if I like the tone she was taking, but like, you can't hide this crap from us, man. We're on a frickin' team!
Tell me the truth.
I wasn't trying to hide anything from you. It just never seemed relevant.
Oh, yes, because I haven't heard that 8 million times.
But...
It's okay. It's not your fault.
all right. I'll tell you the whole story. The shadows have many mysterious abilities. Some research indicates that they can even affect time and space. We think of them as our enemies, but what if we could somehow use them to our advantage? They would be a source of unimaginable power, wouldn't they?
What?
14 years ago, one man pursued that line of thinking. He was the former leader of the Kirijo group, Koetsu Kirijo. My grandfather. My grandfather was obsessed with shadows. He wanted to harness their power and create something extraordinary.
Harness their power?
He assembled a team of scientists, and over several years collected a significant number of shadows.
He what? Damn, that's freaking crazy!
However, 10 years ago, during the final stages of the experiment, they lost control of the shadow's power. Consequently, the nature of the world was altered.
You mean?
Yes, Tartarus and the Dark Hour. By their account, the mass of shadows they collected split into several large ones that then dispersed. These are the shadows we've been encountering on nights when the moon is full.
Oh my goodness, I am going to smack you, lady. You've known this entire time? We've been doing everything we possibly can to learn this kind of stuff, and you just knew?
Is that why they've appeared in different places? Wait a minute. If what you said is true, then why did our school turn into Tartarus? Don't tell me. That's where they conducted the experiment?
Yes.
Then those students who were hospitalized.
I'm afraid it's just as you're thinking. Port Island must have been an ideal location for them. It was a highly populated area, and the Kirijo group had influence there. They could do as they pleased. As you guessed, the experiment 10 years ago was conducted at Gekukan High School.
Does that mean all we've been doing is cleaning up their mess?
Sorta, yeah.
You lied to us?
Sorta, yeah.
You knew, too, didn't you, Senpai? They've just been using us. Or do you not care as long as you get to fight?
That's not true. I have my reasons.
So he knew too. Okay. I will at least side with Akihiko. He does have his reasons, and I do understand that.
Think what you'd like. It was my decision not to share that information.
That was a bad decision.
I'm sorry. I never intended to deceive you.
Like, I know it's just a giant tragic thing. I know it's a horrible thing that happened. And yeah, I know they were generally bad and doing terrible things and we're cleaning up their mess. That's not your fault. You're just as much being forced to clean up their mess as we are. That's just for the betterment of the world. Not gonna hold that against you. What I'm gonna hold against you is the fact that we've been trying really hard to figure out all this crap all this time that you just sort of knew already.
Convincing you to join SEAS was my highest priority.
No, that's kind of the definition of deception, really.
As absurd as it may seem, only we, with our personas, can fight the shadows.
I mean, that may not have been your intention, but it's exactly what you did.
How could you?
Besides, some of us were never given a choice.
Well, good for you.
Mitsuru, don't.
Yukari, it's those in the past who are to blame.
I'm blaming them for what they did. I'm not blaming her for what they did.
And they lost their lives as a result of what they did.
I'm blaming her for something else entirely.
We're all in the same boat here. None of us deserve the burden that's been thrust upon us.
But...
No, Yukari, you're allowed to be angry.
It's been 10 years since that incident. No one knows why those shadows suddenly returned. But since they're active, at least we can find and destroy them. Do you realize what this means? What if I told you that those 12 shadows are the cause of everything?
And then if we defeat them all, Tartarus and the Dark Hour will disappear?
Exactly. That's what I was going to tell you earlier. See, it's good news, isn't it?
Yeah.
is that true?
There's evidence to support it. Now, our true battle begins. Regardless of what's happened in the past, we must fight to protect the people. The shadows are gaining strength. We can't afford to just wait for them. And there are many mysteries still surrounding Tartarus. Why did such a gigantic structure appear in the first place? The answer must lie within it.
And once again, this is where all that information that's not been given to us would be super helpful in understanding that. Pretty sure we would have known a lot more about why Tartarus has suddenly appeared, why all these things are coming back and everything. If we knew a little bit more about the event that caused them to be... I don't like you, Mitsuru. I just want to be clear with that. I don't like you. Until next time, everyone.